Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Midas from the Extraordinary Men Podcast, and I'd like to welcome you to the Black Pill Reactions channel. This is our very first episode, and I got a really good one that we're gonna react to today. This is from Pearly Things. I watch her a lot. I think her content is crazy. A lot of controversy going on over there, but I think we could learn a lot from her channel. But the whole purpose of this channel is basically to understand the black pill at its full capacity, and to see if if there's a way that we can change some things, maybe change different outlooks, and really come to a common ground of understanding when it comes to men and women. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. And this particular one that we're going to react to is called are men allowed to have standards? It's a really good question. A lot of controversy around that due to this whole, I guess, hierarchy or patriarchy, whatever. I know it's a lot of conversation and talk and disagreements around that. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see what Pearl has to say and what her panelist has to say.
The reality of it, not no faking.
What age do you think men and women peak on dating apps?
I'm gonna say 22
For women?
for women.
Okay,
22.
what do you guys think?
Early 20s, yeah.
Must be, yeah.
So I got a
24.
question. So when she says peak, I'm gonna assume that she's talking about, like, I guess, sexual desires or sexual interests, or on the flip side of that, maybe she's talking about peak as in just maybe dip in and take a look at what's on these dating apps or whatever. Is that what she's talking about? Let's see.
The max.
Okay, what do you guys think for men?
I think it's later in life, because some
What
females
age?
are like 31.
31?
Maybe like later 20s.
I'm gonna say late 20s
For men?
for
That's
men.
when they
Late
peak.
20s.
Tell us, Pearl.
I want to hear this.
Researchers determined that while men's sexual desirability peaks at 50,
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know.
women starts at 18 and falls from there.
We're done now. I'm over it.
For online daters, women peak at 18, while men
And I did not watch this clip. I promise I didn't. But to me, I kind of felt that she was going in that direction with the whole dating app. I'm not gonna lie, that's really interesting because, from my experience being a guy, I would have thought that it would have been a whole lot sooner. But 50, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's some really good information to know, that I'm still, gonna be ready to do what it is that needs to be done at 50. So that I like those statistics.
peak at 50.
That is, I mean, I'm 41. I'm good with that. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with that.
Hitting your peak, brother.
But I'm just, and that's the thing. That's the whole thing. That gets into the argument of younger women like older men,
Facts.
and older men
Yeah.
like younger women. And so, but what happens to the women that are in that older bracket?
They get bitter
right.
because
Side chicks.
they get bitter.
Yeah, they need side chicks.
Because they see the younger girls doing what they used to do, and then they demonize the older guys for going for younger women when those were the women going for older guys when they were younger.
Correct. Because
Whoa. That was a mouthful, but what he said was total facts. Total facts. Let's keep it going, because that was a gem that he just dropped.
remembers, like, when you were at school or college or whatever,
You had the man
those girls that were at college, the guys that would roll up in the car,
In the Astra.
in the
In the banged up Astra.
they will always go for the older guys. They
Serious.
always would.
And then what would they tell you? Guys my age are immature. They're immature.
Immature. Women have always liked older men.
But then when it flips now and they start to hit their peak and decline, that's when they start demonizing the men. Oh, you guys are weird. Why can't you find a girl your own age? Why are you going for younger girls?
Yeah.
You was that girl like 10 years ago.
And that's true too. And I think because I think women fully start to come into a realization and understanding that they're not as desirable, older as they were back when they were in their their late teens, going 20s, maybe early 30s, they start to see the decline in attention and things of that nature. And I think because they start to demonize men. So you got to understand that men are attracted to youth, beauty, youth, fit, friendly, feminine. Those are the 3 Fs. But youth is a real big one because we look at youth as a means of fertility. So I think women start to demonize men looking at these younger women because I think that they feel like that they're getting kicked to the side, or they're no longer useful or good enough anymore. So in order for a man around their age to continue to want to chase them and want them and do whatever it is that they want them to do with them, that they have to demonize that. I could be wrong, but that's what I get out of that.
Why do you guys think that women tend to shame men for having standards?
Because they're old and bitter.
What do you guys think? I'm just curious, like, because
why do
Shame men.
Yeah, why do you shame men?
so whenever men have a standard, often, I'm not saying every woman, right? But oftentimes women shame them for having it. So like we have the body positivity movement, right? If guys say I don't like fat chicks, canceled.
Yeah, now we're like,
if guys say I don't want to date a single mother, if they say I don't want to date ugly girls, like anything that they say, they're shamed for.
I think it's because we treat men like trash.
Okay.
And we have too much high expectation of how they should treat us and what they should be doing for us and this, that, and the other, but we don't hold ourselves in the same regard. I do think that men don't.
You know what? This is very interesting to hear a woman speak on the level of not holding themselves accountable. This is definitely not going to be bashing women type of, situation going on this channel. But I do think that we really need to step back, or, you guys really need to step back and really pay attention if you guys are really in this delusional space. And are you even believing what you're saying? Are you even living up to the results that you are asking for as well? So I think that whole holding yourself accountable, I think that plays a big part. And I think that you would get a whole lot better results if you hold yourself accountable. So let's spin the clip. Let's keep going.
Get treated correctly. And I think in certain cultures, obviously I'm from the black community. I think black women can sometimes treat black men like absolute dirt. And then it's the same cycle you go through, someone who's got a lot of baby fathers, and then she has a son, and then she raises a son to be just like the dad that she cussed. It doesn't make sense. But it's a very deep, it's obviously these are deep issues that go into
Do you know what's
how
very
people
interesting
are
when we talk
raised.
about that? When it comes to dating apps, on dating apps, the people that are the women that are least desired on dating apps happen to be black women.
But do you think that's because when I went on Tinder that time, it was saturated with white
Pearl,
men.
you sit this one out.
It was saturated with white men. So obviously, it's like who's frequenting these apps is that a cultural thing? So there weren't many black men on there. So, and I also think that in society, black women are not desired.
Why?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And I think that's a question that really needs to be delved into drastically to understand what is going on. Why is there such a discord with the black woman? Why are you guys revered in such this negative light? And what is going on within you guys's community of women, of what you guys are doing to try to turn around that dark cloud? That's a really good question. Now, I mean, I have my thoughts and views on that, for example, maybe you guys are, a little more, I don't want, I guess, masculine. I think the careers and running your own companies and things of that nature, which is absolutely fine, but I think that it's having you guys to, I guess, develop some type of mindset to where you're your equal counterpart, or the male is no longer up to being able to, I don't know, being able to, I guess, provide, or you think that, now we're less than you, and all that. So I do see that attitude a lot amongst a lot of women. I myself am married though, so it's not like I'm out here, saying dating and all that, but just being around other guys in my circle, hearing stories, and of course, seeing this firsthand, like I do notice this. And I think that's something that may need to be addressed on a major level.
But
I'm
my
just
God,
asking
like,
why.
now
Look at
this
me,
is-
boy.
I don't know. Come on, bro.
Pel's saying quiet over
yeah,
there.
and I think that, why do I think
Yeah,
women,
why do you think black women are least desired? And the thing is, on dating apps, the most desired woman is the Asian women. On dating apps, they're the ones that are most desired.
Oh, Asian girls
didn't
kill
realize
it.
Like,
They're
Asian
they're
girls
in better
kill it.
shape. They can cook better.
Like-
if I got left for an Asian chick, I would understand.
Like Asian women,
I would understand.
Asian women are most
That's
desired.
funny.
Black women are least desired.
I think because of
White men are most desired. Black men are creeping up there, but Asian men are least desired.
It's all a madness.
Yeah.
I feel that if you look at media,
And I can attest to, black men are starting to creep up. I have been in Germany, and I can definitely speak to, in other cultures, we are desired. Other women in other cultures around the world definitely desire us. So I don't know if maybe the black woman in our community here in the West, maybe they know that and understand that. I don't know if like there's some type of attitude or anger with knowing that. I don't know. But let's spin the clip. Let's get back into it. But what he said is very true.
not social media necessarily, but media, what was portrayed as beautiful and what has been thrown out there. If you look at like adverts when we were younger and models and etc., it was like the slimmer, white, blonde, etc. So they weren't pushing through that culture of having black women as desired.
Right.
And then I think because of certain things within black culture where women have gone through certain struggles and they've got, you remember we were talking before in the other episode about like masculine energies or
Right.
those energies, there creates this thing where the women we're strong, independent, X, Y, and Z, and men are not finding that necessarily
Men, would you say
attractive.
that men in general, not just black, not just white, not just Asian, do not find a masculine woman desirable?
I think that men like to have that element of they're looking after you. So women are nurturing, but a man wants to feel like he's able to take care of you.
Right.
So if you're on a level where it's like, no, I don't need you, men like to be needed. So I think
Absolutely. Absolutely. A man has to feel like the man. The man wants to feel like that he is absolutely needed and that there is a purpose for him in that relationship. Absolutely.
that kind of ties into it. I think it's really sad how black women have been treated and etc. in terms of attraction. It's a mad complicated issue. I'm mixed, So the mixed experience is a completely different experience as well. Everyone has their own experience.
You were lighty, you don't count.
See that? And do you know? Let me tell you something. Being light,
Oh, you're gonna go in now, guys.
I am. You asked the question.
Yeah, go on.
Being light skinned is not always the easiest thing either, because people have sort of it was a trend, right? So it's a relatively new thing. If you look at like when people were able to have multicultural relationships. It's kind of a new generation. So then it was a fashion statement. So you'd get women who are like, oh, I want a light-skinned child. You're not thinking about all the things that come with having, a child that is from a different culture.
Who would say I want a light-skinned child?
I've heard white girls say that.
Right, okay.
I have, because they think that
designer babies.
Designer baby, but it's like it's not about that. You actually bringing another human into this world. Yeah, so it's like it's not about what how melanated you are.
It's crazy to hear a statement like that, because a lot of men, we definitely talk, but we have this feeling to where women are treating us like a Gucci bag, like we're an accessory. And now to hear her talking about, designer babies, like they're articles of clothing, this is crazy. Let's get back into it.
Yeah. I've tangented.
I have a question for you. So what do you think about women shaming men for not having standards? Because it's interesting. I feel like you've changed your tune a little bit since last show.
No, not at all. We're just talking about something completely different.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Mm-hmm. I personally don't shame anyone for having standards. I don't think standards. I think your standards should reflect how you carry yourself. If I don't drink and I was saying I want a bloke that doesn't drink, that's fair enough. Mm-hmm. If I was out every weekend getting pissed and I was saying I don't want a bloke that I don't want a bloke that drinks, then it's a double standard. I think everyone should have standards. I don't see the point in that.
So you disagree with women that shame men for not wanting
anyone,
to...
it's women, men, and I know what that.
So like women, I'll give you an example. Women were shaming Leonardo DiCaprio for only dating girls under 25.
I do think that is a bit suspect, if I'm honest.
Okay, so you agree? Okay.
I think there's a certain age gap, and if it's that things like people fall in love. I'm not saying every age gap is weird. I think if you're an older bloke and you've got a habit of going with younger girls, then I personally think it is a
sexual preference.
Yeah, I do, because I think sometimes there's a power dynamic in it.
What if it's the same? What if it's a woman going for a younger guy?
Oh, 100%. It's the same thing. It's like that.
Or what if it's a beautiful woman going for a rich guy?
That happens.
But I'm saying, is she taking advantage of him?
But is he only with her because she's beautiful? So it's the same thing, isn't it?
Right, but I'm saying,
like
Leonardo,
having.
Yeah, that's
all right. We not finna play that game, lady. A lot of the times, and we're gonna be adults about this. A lot of the times, you with somebody because you find them appealing to you. You find them sexually attractive to you. They look good to you. You know what I'm saying? So looks, that's always in the forefront on both sides of the fence. Now, as far as this whole Leonardo only dating women under 24, that goes back to my earlier statement. Men are attracted to youth. I think that, once you're grown, I don't particularly have a range of when you can classify it as weird. I mean, when you grown, you can do whatever the hell you want. So if this 24-year-old finds this 45-year-old, attractive, have at it, and vice versa. And a lot of older women get with the younger guys because the younger guys, I don't think it's a power trip. I just think that it's a feeling. It's a sensation. He makes me feel young again. He makes me feel beautiful again. He makes me this. He makes me that. The energy, the stamina is there. So I think there's a whole lot more layers of that onion, than just, I just think that's a bit off or weird or anything like that, because there's numbers of reasons as to why people, could be 10 years apart, 15 years apart, 20 years apart, and why they're doing something, why they're coming together. And it could be some type of agreement going on. We don't know. but I don't think that's weird. I mean, that's actually quite common. Like that happens every single day. So
I can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, why is one shamed and the other isn't?
I think I just said they were both the same, isn't it?
No, I said if,
you mean-
if
I
a
can't
beauti-
talk for other people. I just talk for myself.
I'm saying
so.
if a beautiful woman is with a rich man, but you said that one's okay.
No, but I'd imagine he's probably with her because she's beautiful. That's the way it is, isn't it? Like men like.
Well, I think we
men
both want attractive partners.
Yeah,
Like,
of
we're
course.
we're both
Everyone wants someone they're attracted to.
Of
Jesus,
course.
that is what it is. That's just. I know people say.
But it's just interesting because you said that you don't shame anyone for having standards, but you kind of did with.
with the age thing,
Leonardo.
but that's a different sort of. That's a different sort of.
You maybe
topic.
make sure they're over
Fix it.
21 to 25. I think that's.
What? So if a 50-year-old started dating a 21-year-old, do you
Yeah.
think that's all right?
Yeah,
Oh, fair enough.
if he wants
yeah,
to.
fair enough.
right.
If she's okay with it, I think at 21 you can make your own. Like when I was 21, I could make that decision. I wouldn't do it.
Why
for
not?
me,
Personally, as a
It's-
50,
that's too
as a
old.
41-year-old man, I wouldn't date a 21-year-old.
There we
That's
are.
just me personally.
Would you find it weird if one of your mates
But
said,
see, but
"Do you want to meet
that's
the girl I'm
that's your
dating," and
standard.
in walked a 21-year-old?
I
Be
wouldn't
honest.
find it weird.
Would you be a little not at all?
I wouldn't find it weird.
Why wouldn't you do it? I know everyone's different, but
once
just for you.
once people are of age, I'm like, you can do what the hell you want.
But
I'm just saying
16 is of age.
for me as an individual.
Yeah.
I couldn't like. I'm just like, what do I have in common with a 21-year-old?
Yeah.
Like, I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But some 50-year-olds just don't care.
No.
Right,
They're
exactly,
They're like,
exactly.
you know what? I don't need anything in
Yeah,
common.
yeah.
She's hot.
Exactly.
As many of you know, I was just banned on TikTok, and we are
Okay, so that's the end of that clip. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off at that. You grown, you can do whatever you want. But I out of that clip, I still didn't get a sense of, are men not allowed to have standards? So are we or aren't we? I really didn't get that full question answered. And I really would like her to go back and revisit this so that we can get an actual answer. The one young lady that was talking about, the standard of the skinny and the white hair and the blonde hair and the white skin and all that. I don't necessarily think that was pushed as a standard, because every culture, they have gorgeous women amongst all of their women, and there's handsome men amongst all of their men. So I think that we decide in our own lives, in our own world, what we classify as the standard woman, especially when you get older. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of all the swim models, regardless of all the Miss Universes that you see out there, you know what I'm saying? Every man likes what they like. Every woman likes what they like. And you guys are going to develop your own senses of, what you classify as the standard look or what you think is attractive to you. So I call that one cap. But I would love for her to revisit this question. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is the first one. Make sure, also please make sure that you guys tune in to the Extraordinary Men podcast as well. You can catch me there on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That runs Tuesday, Saturday, and every other Sunday. Friday, you can catch me on Clubhouse at the Extraordinary Men podcast on the Clubhouse. So thank you guys. See you on the next one.